Does the average person today live better than kings and queens of past eras, empires? Kings and queens of the past didn't have dental care, Tylenol, air conditioning, deodorant, or glasses. They were very often one feudal revolt away from losing everything. Yes, we do. Comfort-wise. Power over others-wise, nope. They didn't have the internet back then, huge difference. Vaccines. They didn't have the Skoda phobia back then. Ever had toothache? I did. I went to the dentist, paid 50 quid. No more toothache. It'll depend on exactly what time period and if it's the average American, European or average globally. But I'd say unless power over others is a top priority of yours, the average American or resident of other developed countries definitely lives better than the kings and emperors of greater than 1,000 years ago. Modern medicine keeps us healthy and free of all the vaccine-preventable and antibiotic-treatable disease. Indoor plumbing is very convenient and keeps the town and your home from stinking like poo all the time. Also prevents diseases. We all have access to high-quality food of more diverse variety than even royalty could manage. We have bananas and pineapples available for cheap even thousands of miles from the tropics. We have access to nearly all human knowledge at our fingertips. An average income can afford a vehicle that can take you on a journey in a day that would take the king's fastest horses weeks, or you could get on an airplane and be in lands the old kingdom had never heard of hours later. Oh, and proper climate-controlled homes, cars, and public spaces rather than cold drafty old-style buildings. And I'm sure there are many more examples. Yay, because they couldn't even get ice cream except in winter. I can take a shower whenever I want and I don't have to have 12 kids with my cousin. I'd take this life over the life of a queen of a past era any day. Yes, but you need to contextualize just how awful life could be for monarchs back then. Disease, famine, the threat of war, etc. were things that your average person, at least in a developed country, doesn't have to contend with on a daily basis. So while we are living better lives, I wouldn't say the average person is living a good life relative to what's happening right now. Like if you go from sleeping on the street to sleeping in your car, you could say you're living better, but that doesn't really mean you're living well. My spice rack says we do. I guess the only downside being is that I don't have a large plot of land to rule over. Well, we got indoor plumbing, toilet paper, HVAC, eat better, have cleaner water, dental care, modern medicine, don't run the risk of getting injured when chasing our food down, comfy lodgings, and have electricity. Kings, queens had people that often hated them, or wanted to kill them for their own gain. Kings and queens rarely answered to anybody. Short answer: kings, queens did most definitely. There is no objective answer, but there is definitely a subject answer. One of the things that humans care about is relative affluence and power. Kings and queens had a lot more of these during their time. We have less power today, but we have more amenities. We have much better access to clean water, medicine, transportation, communication, education and knowledge than most queens that lived. These things are important to a lot of people. My subjective conclusion is that no, we cannot live better than royalties of any time, because no matter the amenities of an average human being, we never seem to be able to have time for ourselves that royalties have had. I'd argue that we don't. Objectively, we have access to a lot more nice things, but mentally we're not better off. Ultimately, I'm more on the side of saying it's comparing apples to oranges. They probably had more sex and worked less hours than most of us. Depending on how you view work. On the other hand, they could accept to be killed at any time, and as if the threat of revolts or political backstabbing wasn't enough, a silly disease or accident was a lot more likely to kill them. It could be stressful, and paranoid leaders weren't exceptional.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.